Hey guys. So, when you have a relationship with Father, it's about Him. It's about you and Him. It's not about others. He's not talking about other people to you, unless you ask Him, of course. But what He talks to you about is teaching you, showing you um, everything He is and everything He is in you. Kind of like when you have a relationship with your husband, he's not dating other women at the same time. Does that make sense? He'll put all his attention on you and he'll talk to you about things. And it's the same thing and have a relationship with him. He has you focus his eyes on you and he focuses his eyes on you. And the two of you go back and forth. So the cool thing is he will show you things about others. He will teach you how to discern the spirits, and that's why he's doing it. It's because we live in a spiritual world, and there are spirits all around us, and we're not fighting against flesh and blood. We're fighting against the spirits that people are in agreement with, that people are walking in, that people have made a home with, and these spirits become rulers over them. So God has basically come off the throne, and these spirits rule from the throne in their heart. Does that make sense? So what God does is he comes in and he cleans your house. He cleans your heart. He transforms you little by little. So it doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. And as you engage in relationship with him, he will show you things that need to be removed, spirits that you're in agreement with, that he's like, okay, enough is enough, move on, get rid of this one, this isn't me, right? How does he show you? A lot of times you come up against that spirit in another person, and it will reflect your heart because how you react towards that person. Does that make sense? So your reaction towards that person, that spirit that you're coming up against, will show you what you're dealing with. You know what I mean? It's you're discerning the spirits. He's teaching you how to discern what spirit is there, and then how do you react to that spirit? What would God do in that situation? Would he apply mercy? Pretty much usually. If I'm not applying mercy, to people I don't agree with, then, I'm in cahoots with some other spirit than God. There's something else going on. Now, I'm not going to say you can't, speak to them directly in an authoritative voice or manner, but you're speaking to that spirit and you're not speaking to that person. Just, you know what I'm saying? It's like you love that person, that you know who that person is. Oh my God, they're a son or daughter of the king, right? They're amazing. But the spirit that you're talking to is not. And it has to be kicked out, booted out, right? And, he'll help you with that. But the point is, everything goes through relationship. Everything. What is he teaching you is pretty much what you talk about. So my message is the same, but yet is very vast. So it has the same thread running through my message, which is him, the cross, Jesus, his mercy, his love, basically his love, right? But there's many facets to that love. And how does that love, what does it look like? In so many different ways, with so many different people in life. And so that's like the big classroom that we're in. And you and him together are in that classroom. And he teaches you individually, personally. And it's really rewarding. I mean, I've learned so many things about who I'm not. And then I've learned so many things about who I am. And he's taught me them. I've learned patience. I've learned kindness. I need to work a lot on that, but I've learned kindness. I've learned respect and honor, compassion, and love. Love was my biggest problem because Father's love is so amazingly merciful that he teaches you how to love people, the darkest of people, the messiest of people, and you actually stick up for them. I find myself now sticking up for the messy people and running from the religious people. Oh, isn't that crazy? Because I used to be so religious. So I would look down at, people who were walking in sin and be like freaked out, don't want to hang out with them. I'd be like running the other way, you know what I mean? That's not good. And God has totally changed my heart now. And now I'm actually running to the dark people and running away from the religious people. Who would have thought? Because he's shown me that the religious people is nothing like him. The religious people follow laws. That's just not the spirit of grace. See, there's a new covenant that came. His name is Jesus, and he doesn't work that way. His first line of offense is mercy and grace, not laws. That's the last thing, right? So he applies mercy and grace first in love. And through that, relationship comes. And through that, all the laws manifest through you. See, he built the house flipped, right? So religion will teach you to follow laws, be rigid, build boundaries, lots of them. Pretty much keep you in this very small box, away from people and isolate you from people. Oh yeah, you're only going to have your little tribe of believers that are pretty much going to be the ones you're going to be able to hang out with, because the rest of them will just offend the crap out of you. If you're offended by people all over the place, that you're walking in that religious spirit, in that box of religion, and not with the spirit of grace. Because with the spirit of grace, everyone looks awesome. The most messiest person you could ever see, you're embracing. You're fighting for. You're like, come on. Yeah, then you're hit with grace. People call it the greasy grace of demons. That's how greasy graceful it is. I love that. And see, when I hear that, I'm like, wow, they must know Jesus. They must know Jesus. If they think that you are in such greasy grace, such hyper grace, you must know Jesus then. I know people, I just say, oh, they must know Jesus. Because that grace is so offensive, it reminds me of the scripture which God was showing me today. The scripture about, I don't even know what it is, but I remember it's something about the bread. On the Sabbath day, the disciples ate the bread, and the Pharisees were all freaked out, and they were like, I can't believe you're eating that bread. Somehow it was against the law because it was a Sabbath. Well, God brought that scripture right up to me, that parable, and he's like, that's a religious spirit. That's what they do. So he's teaching me how to discern what spirit, testing the spirits that I'm hearing and dealing with. And I hope he does that with you guys too. That's where I'm at right now. So I just want to encourage you guys to listen, become great listeners, and know that you're completely on track. You're completely and amazingly where you're supposed to be with him. That's good news, right? Exactly where you're supposed to be. Get excited. Keep hanging out with him. Keep running to him. Keep talking to him. No matter how different it looks to the next person, it's okay. Because you're following him, right? We all follow him. And even if my walk doesn't look like yours, I want to respect and honor your walk. But I do want to have the freedom to speak about mine, right? And so that's what I'm doing. I'm speaking about mine. It's all I can speak from, not yours. I don't know what yours is like. All I can speak from is what he's shown me personally. So that's what I do. I hope it encourages you guys. Gives you permission to say, wow, I can talk like that with Jesus. I can go to those places with him. Maybe he has those things for me. Of course he does. He has way more. So get excited. You're so loved and freaking awesome. See ya.